It's Thursday, September 8th, 2022. I learned at the meeting tonight that a person named Pauletta passed away on Monday. I don't know. I heard it announced like it was already known, but I didn't know. It was news 3 days ago. But I don't keep close connections or ties, and I'm not part of any sort of network of news. So I am not part of the grapevine. It's deliberate, and I am okay with it. Because anytime I was ever, and I still have like little bits that still make it through, but anytime I ever allowed myself to be part of a greater collective, I felt inundated, and it was just, I just wanted out. It's like, I have enough. I don't need more. Saturated. So, I mean, some people, that's good for them. Not me. So, anyway. But Pauletta, she was, around a little bit. She seemed like she was around more when she was, younger. And by the time I met her or was introduced, she was in at least her 70s, possibly approaching 80 years old. Maybe she was in her 80s, I don't know. But, she was never in the best of health. And she smoked. She was a heavy smoker the entire time that I knew her. And probably smoked right up to the end. So, but what ended up getting her, or killing her, or causing her direct death, I don't know. I know she took a fall, like within the last week, and broke her hip. I had heard, and she was recovering from that. So it might have been a complication, or related something, directly or indirectly, that either caused the fall, or was a result of treatment afterwards, or something, medication related. I don't know. But I didn't ask questions, But I did just experience a moment of shock that I was in a meeting, and when it was announced, and I felt like I should maintain composure and just, yeah, deal with it on my own. But we weren't, I don't think we'd ever had a conversation just one-on-one, just aside like the usual recovery banter, exchanging slogans, basically. It's almost like exchanging business cards. The rhetoric, the dogma, the propaganda, standard issue, which is all well and good. It's like surface level, social, yeah. But nothing in depth. We shared no stories besides what we share just openly in meetings anyway. But she still was a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, and her death will leave an empty seat in a lot of people's hearts. And I will just remember her every so often as yeah. I will remember her the way I remember her. But it won't be like some reverend mother or saint. I'll just remember her as a person, just another person. that I've met and, exchanged little bits and pieces of information, memories, experience. I'll remember her voice. I'll remember the way her attitude, the way she carried herself with dignity and respect, and the way she was respected by others as a person. I don't know how else to say it. And remember, these are all unscripted, unrehearsed. I'm just improvising, ad-libbing as I go. And it's strange how everybody's anonymous until they die. And then all of a sudden it's okay to say their name. And the funny thing is, I don't know her last name. I know nothing about her. And it's not like she wouldn't tell me if I had asked. Or, and I could ask other people. But there are people that still feel, it's like, oh, somebody's asked me for her last name. It's like, oh, what do I do? Some people just take it a little bit too seriously about, it's like, the original purpose of the anonymity, I thought, or think, is partly due to, professional types not wanting to be known to be having a problem, like lawyers or doctors, because it'd be bad for their reputation, bad for their image and family and stuff like that, socialites. Whereas today it's like much more commonplace. It's still not good for anybody's reputation if they're in a profession that, I don't know. Anyway, the whole thing about, we're anonymous while we're alive and attending and stuff like that. Don't talk about who you saw here, and what they said and stuff, which is, yeah, I agree. But then once you die, then it's okay. Everything's fair. You can share names, history, whatever. They're dead. They're okay. But still, there's certain respects, privacy. Yeah. So, anyway, I'll remember her fondly. I'll remember her well. And, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So, she died on September 5th. Pauletta. Yeah. I remember one of my strongest memories of her was her like 3 years ago, prior to COVID. I know that. There was a person that had been attending meetings with us back with the old crew. My in-between years. This is like 3 years ago. And I forgot what her name was. Tamara? I think it was Tamara. And she was probably, she was older as well. And she had some health problems. And she kind of fell into my group a bit. And, she was nice, and then I remember I was attending a meeting and Pauletta just announced, oh, and Tamara died, in case you didn't hear, just an open, like, conversation piece, just announced to the group as far as inside business. Oh, and in case you didn't know, Tamara died. And it's like, and I didn't know, and it just was like I'd just seen her the day before, and I knew she had health problems. But I just remembered how it caught me way off guard and shook me, and I didn't like it, and I had no reason to take shock at it or whatever. I could feel however it is I feel. And it's like, I'm not wrong to feel what I feel. I'm not wrong to think what I think and how. But I was upset. The way it was just so, yeah. So that's my strongest memory of her talking about the death of somebody else, introducing it as inside business. And then today, somebody doing the exact same thing for her. That, in case you didn't hear, Pauletta died on Monday. And again, I didn't know. But, yeah, I guess that's just how it is. If you live long enough, you're going to die from something. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing the best I can to live better, make better choices, live as well as I know how. And for as long as I choose, basically, I can call it at any time if I want, but I choose not to. I want to see what happens. I'm curious, because there's no going back. Well, I gotta, yeah, but that's a whole thing. And I don't want to go through that again, so I'd better make, yeah, take what I've got, and it's like the whole, count your blessings and then keep counting. So, I didn't get away scot-free. I have, some permanent marks that cannot be undone, and I don't know exactly what they are. So, but in a way, it's like, whatever I've lost, I've also gained something else, not as a replacement, but a complement. So, I have to make do with what I've got, my resources. So, as far as like my physical health, my mental health, my spiritual health, this is about as good as it gets. I'm probably not going to get much better, and it's just going to be a slow decline, And that could be a year. Well, it could, anything could happen between now and whenever. There's no guarantees, but it's hard to say. But I'd like to think of my own death as being a natural conclusion to a well-lived life, or a life at least lived well, as well as I knew how, given the circumstances. So I'm doing better than I used to. That's for damn sure. No one can say different. And if they try, well, I just don't believe them, because I know. I know what I've been through. And I'm providing evidence and living proof. One day at a time. And that's, I figure, what Pauletta did. And no one can say that she didn't live a good life. Yeah. So, will I miss her? I'll miss knowing she's out there, doing whatever a Pauletta does. But I won't directly miss her. I like knowing people are okay, doing whatever it is they do, even if I don't have any interaction with them. That's why it's like whenever I'm not where people want me to be, or doing what they want me to do, I just hope that they know that I'm doing whatever it is an Eric does, and that they're not too worried about it, because they don't have any say over it or control over it, and I'm just living my best life. Yeah. So, my personal death is my business and my responsibility. Same goes with my life. It's like am I making life choices or death choices? Do I have a life plan or a death plan? Life wish or death wish? So, it's up to me. And so far, it appears that I'm choosing life. And I'm making a mark on the lives that I touch and come into contact with. Some for the better, some for the worse, arguably, from perspectives unknown. But I don't like, well, I don't know. I probably said too much. So, but I did think of another song for the mixtape that I was kind of working on. I was thinking about it at the meeting. I think it was originally a song, or probably it was a cover then too. Probably got it from somebody else. But I was thinking it was Susie and the Banshees, The Passenger, which I think was also done by Iggy Pop, who probably was performing it because it was probably by somebody else, and then Iggy Pop did it, and then Susie and the Banshees did it. But anyway, I was thinking about that song, and I couldn't remember all the lyrics. But I was thinking about posting that, a link to it at least, you know. I liked that song, if I knew what it was about, which I don't. But it had a catchy tune. So, anyway, that's it. That's all I got.